Welcome back to 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Last we left off, Clover decided she was going to get stuck in this room back here behind these bars, because she just wanted to be left alone. Well, now how you feeling there, Clover? Junpei, do something, please. You know what? No. You do something. I'm tired of doing everything for you. I mean, geez. Really? Some ethanol. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how we could use any of these. Well, I can say for sure that I do know how to use at least one of these things. Which one? The one on top. I think it's power cable. The power cable, huh? I'll take that. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. There's a pen lying over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only used the pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? Erase ink from a permanent marker, huh? Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. Yeah, we got some ethanol here. I've heard it can remove permanent marker. Clover, use this ethanol. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I going to wipe with? Well, your clothes, of course. Kidding. Just kidding. Please don't look at me like that. You're scaring me. Clover can use the cloth on the table. Use, huh? Soak it in ethanol, and then use it to wash off all the stuff with a permanent marker, okay? Right, okay, so I gotta soak the cloth with the ethanol. Well, at least you can hear. Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get to work on that stuff on the table. Is this like an examination table? There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys. Aww, poor mannequin. This monitor doesn't have a power cable, so one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor, and the other end needs to plug in under the desk. Alright, let's just slip you in. Well, shoot, you can't use this. What's wrong? This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not going to fit, is what I'm saying. In other words, we're going to need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs. That's right. In other words, we just need to make another hole. Simple as that. Soak the cloth in ethanol and... Junpei, it's working. It's wiping the permanent ink off. Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. What's the deal with that drawing Clover found? Maybe I should ask her to take another look at the table. I wonder what this is. There are a bunch of numbers and some kind of grid. I can't see it from here. Clover, you got a pen and a notebook, right? Did you write those numbers down and then hand them to me through the bars? Okay. Roger. Who's Roger? Someone I should know about. Here, Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk on here. Oh yay, new material. Let's check it out. Oh no. It's Sudoku. I went off this crazy ride. Hey Clover, how are the power cables over there? Huh? What do you mean? Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go look. Guess she does have to kind of crouch down to get under there. The cable on the monitor has, it's got 2 of those little metal things. What does that mean? That's it! Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here? Okay, but... Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. That's no good then. Well, how about just the plug? What? The plug? Well, maybe more like a connector? It's a sort of thing that makes the plug with 3 metal thingies into a plug with 2 metal thingies. Still useless? Not useless. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for. Okay. Can you hold on for a little bit? And back down she goes. Alright. Unplugged. I'll hand it to you over the bars, okay? Here you go. The 2-prong plug. Now you're being nice to me. Now I'm like, no. Get away from me. Just because your life is in mortal danger, well, all of our lives are in mortal danger, but that doesn't mean you can act all goody-goody to me. Alright, I've got the 2-prong power cable in my hand. Pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go! And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's going to happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. You never know until you try. Pretty optimistic. Well, hey. Junpei pushed the button in front of the monitor. With a soft hum, it turned on. Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. It's the Matrix. He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this. Huh? It's actually working. So it would seem. Isn't that kinda weird? What? Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor, and mouse. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working? Maybe it's a wireless display. Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus. Wireless display? Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly. Hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei? Well, you know, times have been tough. I had to downsize pretty, significantly than what I'm used to. I had to drop ramen. I have to eat rocks and bugs and stuff, so... You gotta do what you gotta do, Lotus. He most certainly had not, but... Is that normal? Yes, at least where I worked. Worked. The past. As they spoke, the lines of letters suddenly stopped and disappeared. The only thing left on the screen was the word pass, followed by a colon. Looks like we need to enter a password. Again. There must be a hint around here somewhere. Could you go take a look? Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do? I'll see if I can do something about this on my own. On your own? Yep, on my own. Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it, in front of the keyboard. For a second she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left, then right. Alright, let's do this. It's rock and roll. Let's get ready to move. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. Then, before Junpei had the time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed, the click-clack of the keys running together like a machine gun fire. His eyes don't really look like they're looking at her hands. I mean, they could be, but it's kind of... Yeah. What? Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words. Didn't expect that, did you? Of course I didn't. What kind of a job did you have? What are you? I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit. Why? Lotus blinked. Huh? Oh, it was just something. She stopped typing for a moment and her face fell. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen. What are you doing now? I'm going to try and brute force it. Brute what? Means guess. A brute force attack is, well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version, without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher, she told him. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. The thought of doing something like that made Junpei feel tired, but Lotus explained that she was writing a program that would run just such an attack on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly, but given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little odd. Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier. What were we talking about? The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you. Alright. So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See, isn't that strange? No, not really. Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1? The, main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wires wirelessly. Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? You probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They may poke the screen or something. Ah, I see. The color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Ah, I see. So this wire supplies power. Eventually they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes, just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly. Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? I'm pretty sure she's trying to insult you. Nothing. Really. It's just, I thought maybe. What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that? Getting a little philosophical here, Lotus. Calm down. Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. The scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes this person to see colors. And this means this neuron cluster controls the function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. You get it? It's just like this monitor. Maybe the brain is just an output device like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts. Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from someone like her. The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. Did Lotus really think that? Wondered. It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultish religion. Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued. If memory is actually stored somewhere else in some sort of humane body, somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged. I suppose that would explain that Theseus and blindsight too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing. Well, wait a minute. What? He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and Blindside was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before. Agnosia. But you've never heard of prosopagnosia. I don't know big words. Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. Nope. What is it? Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look like the same as Clover's, or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize one another. That means the people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair. Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks? No, I don't think so. You've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkeys' faces look the same. Even though they've obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys, eventually, but you or I couldn't, unless someone had a scar or something else to set it apart. That's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia. Didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head. And, what were we talking about? The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor. Are you serious about that stuff? Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it. What about the other half? Well, I guess I was just adulting. Not funny. Lotus' smile had something rather masochistic to it. It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore. Why? I don't have to kill time any longer. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high, and brought it down into the enter key. The program took only seconds to analyze the system. Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted. Piece of cake. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared, to be replaced with. Oh god. 9 squares arranged in a 3x3 square. What is that? No idea. It looks like a puzzle. Suddenly, Lotus stood up. Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff? I can't do anymore. It won't let me do any more programming. See the keyboard. Nothing. So there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei. What? Let me take a break, alright? I did my part. He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself. From here on out, he told himself, he would rely on no one else. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. Alright. Alright, I solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where did it come from? It came from, like, right behind you. Right here. Look, Junpei. The lights on lockers are green. Then we must have unlocked it with that computer puzzle. There's more than one key in here. This one is small and it looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. I think the Earth symbol matches the keyhole in a door on the A deck. Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then. Earth key. I'll just tuck you way deep in my pocket. Now is for the other key. XCOM. It was just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover. Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute? He put the puzzle aside for the moment and walked over to Clover. What's up? I wanted to ask you something. Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say, like, anything weird? Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him. He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something, that would help her. However... Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it. Okay. Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Huh? Look, I don't know if I should ask you for things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, was he born? You're talking about his eyes? Yeah. No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm. Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm. Is that all you wanted to ask me? Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded. Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff. Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. Looks like the control for an electronic door lock. There's a red light on the display. That means it's locked. If we can get that light to turn green, then maybe we can get Clover back. This key. The shape sure makes it seem like it's going to this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. Oh god. Okay, the monitor's on now. And it's full of letters. Alright, Lotus. It's showing some kind of warning. Power restore to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. Oh god. There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What were they doing in there? Huh? Why is she all quiet now? They were doing experiments on humans, probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. Junpei, this thing in here is on now. Yeah, that's because we activated the power over on this tape. Or on the side. Would you, like, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll turn this dial here. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again. This is the monitor. There are a whole lot of cables under this table. It's a rack. There are a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff off the cables. I can't see the wires inside. I can see the wires inside. Maybe you increase the voltage. Roger, will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage? Hey, wait, Clover. Oh. What? I think, Well then, that wasn't smart. Oh my god. The mannequin's head. Oh man, that sounds like a fire alarm. Fire detected. Fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. Oh god. Oh hey. Control device for the electronic door lock. The green light is on. Oh, open the door. Junpei, look at the light. Yes, it's green. The emergency system is activated and disabled the lock. Now we can save Clover. Come on. Come on, kid. Jump. She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Cough, cough. She's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Of course I'm not alright. What took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Well, we could have left you in there, just saying. Sorry, I was going as fast as I could. You two can do this later. Right now, we need to get out of here. That fire is not going to stay in that room forever.